Russell Westbrook.
All right, so the Thunder get a win. Welcome inside our studios. It is Game Time presented by Kia. Casey Stern, Mr. Players Only 3D Dennis Scott, HOF himself, Grant Hill. You know, we talk about the West, and there's been a whole conversation about who's going to be the team that plays Golden State. And we thought at the beginning of the year, everybody thought, okay, looked like it was going to be Houston. You know, Denver's done a nice job. There have been some teams that have played well.
Dallas.
But how good is OKC starting to look in terms of that continuity, guys, that you know needs to be there on the floor?
I admit it, when Russell got hurt beginning of the year and missed all those games, I was a little concerned. But Paul George reminded us that he's always been a number one guy in Indiana, and the fact that he stayed with Russ surprised some people. You look at Jeremy Grant, gotten better. Look at Ferguson, gotten better. You still have that rock behind you in Adams. So now you're saying to yourself, the people that they've developed over the last couple of years have gotten better. Your superstars, well, they're still shining. And now you see Billy Donovan now starting to tweak and show what kind of coach he really can be because he has a full roster.
You know, Dennis, to continue with that thought, I think, you know, when he went down, in a way it was a blessing in disguise because there was so much that he did and so much he provided. It forced other people to step up. And Paul George, as you said, stepped up. Dennis Schroeder, who they acquired in the summer. Big, you know, a big addition, a guy who's been a starter and has put up numbers. He comes in now off the bench. Other guys, as you said, the younger players are improving, so the development is happening there. And so now you bring Westbrook back. And kind of what we thought last year when Carmelo and Paul George came over, and it just didn't quite work, or maybe it was just too soon, but it's working now. And if they can continue and play at this pace and continue to get better and be in the postseason, they're a dangerous out. They're a team, you know, with obviously their stars playing at a high level, but they're complementary players now having confidence and doing more. You know, I mean, Golden State obviously is a front runner, and you still want to believe that they'll figure things out, get their rhythm, be at their best when it matters most. We forget they struggled at times last year. But this team, they are exceeding expectations, and they could be there in the conference finals when it's all said and done.
You know, the other thing is, and you think about Jeremy Grant, right? How much better he has played. Steven Adams, underrated as part of that big three. The thing I love, guys, about Paul George and Westbrook when you watch them together is Paul George can be the alpha on the floor, and Russell seems to really be more than okay with that. When you watch, and to his credit, we don't credit him enough, and I see you nodding, you're noticing it too. You watch this team, when PG's going off, Russell is consistently they enjoy each other's success. And that, how much of a factor is that when you've got two stars on a team?
Well, it's very important. And, you know, I think it takes a minute. It takes a minute sometime to figure out how to coexist and how to thrive playing with one another. And think about it. He came in last year, and Westbrook just came off a historic season, you know, MVP, record-breaking numbers. But he's adapting. He's figuring out, okay, this is what Paul can do. This is how I can help him. And so, you know, you wonder sometimes as a player, you get to a point where, okay, it's not about me, not to say he was being selfish, but what do I need to do to help this team win? And you have to give credit, as you said, to Westbrook for maybe making some changes, maybe doing less, maybe, you know, empowering his teammates, and most importantly, a guy like Paul George, who has won games for them and played big. He can't do it alone. He knows he needs Paul George.
And I think, G, that Russell finally has matured and realized that we know he's going to go all out every night. And he's watching all these other stars like LeBron and Steph, you know, doing less. KD obviously leaves him and goes there and wins. So maybe Russ says, you know what, I finally got someone that's going to be a two-way player and that's willing to help me get somewhere I've been before, which is the finals. Now Paul George and the players around him can help him get there.
Everybody fits the role they're in. We'll attempt to do so. It may not work.